So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the best Facebook ad strategy for beginners in 2019. So this is going to be the most simplest way you can run ads to your Shopify dropshipping e-commerce business in 2019. It's not going to be very complicated. It's going to be a simple process, but a very effective process where you can make thousands of dollars. You can make hundreds of dollars a day. So this ad strategy is so powerful, and like I said, it's not a very complicated ad process. So the winner of the last giveaway was Casper, and I'll leave your profile picture here so everybody knows who won. All you need to do to redeem that consultation giveaway is message me on Facebook or Instagram, and if you want to be entered for the next giveaway, all you need to do is comment takeover 2019 in the comment section, smash the like button, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So we're going to dive straight into the content. So who's this for? So this is for people that are dropshipping or e-commerce beginners, and this is for people that have previously failed with Facebook ads or have never achieved some form of success. This is not for people that have a print-on-demand store. If you've got a print-on-demand store, then I don't recommend this strategy. There's a special strategy for print-on-demand stores, which I'll be making in a future YouTube video. So that's why I recommend you turn post notifications on so you never miss a video. So the pre-ad objectives. So before we even get into creating the ads, you need to make sure that you've got these three things done before we even do anything. So you need to make sure that you're using a video ad, and it needs to be at least 30 seconds. I don't recommend anything under or above 30 seconds. So make sure it's a 30-second video. Make sure that you got a pixel installed onto your website, and make sure that you're running your ads from your business account and not your personal account. If you don't know how to install a pixel, there's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to do that. And there's loads of YouTubes also how to make video ads on YouTube. I will be making my own version of how to create video ads in the future. So let's move on how to create the ads. So day one is the ad setup. So the ad setup is very simple and clean. So you can see there I've listed everything that you need to import into the Facebook Ads Manager. I've given you the campaign objection, the locations, the age range, everything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk you through it in the Ads Manager as well, but make sure you either take a photo of this or you write this down so you can obviously input it at the same time, which will make your life a lot easier. So I'll see you guys in the Ads Manager. So you can see I'm in my Ads Manager now. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit engagement. You're going to want to scroll down to the bottom, and you're going to want to change this name to whatever your product's called, and then PPE test 1. So I'm going to do iPhone screen protector because that's the name of my product. Bear me 1 second. So that's the name of my product, and then you're going to want to do PPE test 1. And then you're going to want to you don't want to take any of these. You want to leave these on tuck, and then you want to click continue. I've already made my ads, my ad manager setting, so I'm just going to dive into that tab to show you because it'll take me ages to fill it in. So you can see I'm in my ads manager now. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to change the ad set name to the same name you called the campaign, iPhone screen protector test 1 PPE. Then you're going to want to change the countries to the top 5, so the UK, the US, New Zealand, Australia, and Canada. And then you're going to want to add the age to 21 to 55. I found this is the best age range to start with, and then you can narrow down after you run the ads. You're going to want to change the gender to all. Now, if you've got a product that, like I said, that's more targeted to women, for example, women's jewelry, then select women. The same for men. If you've got a product that's more designed for men, select men. Languages, you don't need to enter this unless your reach goes over the 10 million mark. So for example, if you enter everything and you're still over 10 million, add the languages, the English for everything. It comes up as English all. It'll narrow it down a little bit more so you can try and get under the 10 million mark. And then detailed targeting, this is where you add your interests and your behaviors and your demographics. Now, you just want to add what correlates with your product the most. As you can see here, I will be making a separate video on how to do this in a YouTube video coming up next. So make sure that you guys have post notifications turned on so you can look out for that video. I'm not going to go over it today because it takes too long, but you just want to click behaviors and stuff that correlate most with your product. So I've chosen iPhone 7, iPhone 7 Plus, and then I've narrowed it down to Apple as a company because it's people that are interested in Apple. And then I'll scroll down. Because at the end of the day, guys, all you're going to want to do is you want to make sure that anything that you enter here is under 10 million. I always say 5 to 10 million is the best part. And then you want to click edit placements here. And before you do that, you're going to want to save this audience. So for when you make the next campaigns, you don't have to redo all this again. Makes life quicker. Edit placements, make it feeds and suggested feeds, and then untick everything else. And then here I've changed mine. It normally says all mobiles. Because I'm doing an iPhone product, I'm obviously going to only choose iOS devices because it's going to be more targeted. I've entered all the Apple iPhones that work for my product. And then you can see here where it says budget and schedule, it's post per engagement. The daily budget's £5 or $5, whichever country you're in. And then I've always put run my ad continuously starting from today. And then once you've done that, you just want to hit continue. And then you want to select the page you're going to be doing it on. And like I say, make sure that you are using your business page and not your personal page. Select the post. Your post should already be made. Select it. And then you're going to want to hit show advanced options. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that your Facebook pixel is enabled, because that means throughout this journey, as you'll see throughout the video, you need to understand this information so we can narrow things down and we'll know if we need to scale or not. So make sure that you got your Facebook pixel turned on, because if you don't, we won't know how to do certain things. And then you're going to want to make sure the call to action button is shop now. Mine's already shop now, but you should be given an option if you're new to this where it'll say call to action. Click it and then enter shop now as a call to action. Click confirm, and then your ad will be under review for Facebook. And then once that's done, you'll get a notification saying your ad is now launched. So now what we can do, guys, is we can jump into the next bit so I can teach you what to do once you've let this ad run for 3 to 5 days. So like I said, you're going to let this ad to run for 3 to 5 days, because a PPE campaign, the reason why we're doing a PPE campaign is because we're wanting to see if this product that you're testing has potential. If you don't get enough engagement, it just tells you that this product probably doesn't have potential, because like I say, the best products work, the products that work best on Facebook are those ones that people like to watch, like to see, like to engage with. So that's why we run a PPE campaign first, just to make sure that enough people are interested in the product, but also so we can give our Facebook pixel enough data throughout the process. So we're going to make sure that once we do lookalike audiences, it's laser targeted. So let me show you the next stage. So after 3 to 5 days, you want to not, so like I say, you don't want to judge your ad till the 3rd or 5th day. So this is so important. I see people do it all the time. They judge their ads after a day, after 2 days, even within an hour. So guys, don't even look at your ads till the 3rd day. That's when you can start saying, look, is the ad performing well? Is it a little bit short on what I need to do? So like I say, that's just a major key before I move on. The next thing is, this is stage 2, review the ad and after it. So basically review your ad after at least 3 days. So after the 3rd day of the ad running, which is 72 hours, you can start to review it and start to look for these metrics. Now the top 2 metrics that you need to make sure you can move on to the next stage is 50 link clicks or more, a cost per engagement at 0.005 or lower. The lower the better, in my opinion. Now these are additional metrics that help to give you an idea if your ad's going to be successful or not, or if the product's going to be successful or not, should I say. 1 to 3 post shares, 1 to 10 comments, 1 to 3 add to carts, and a relevance score of 7 at minimum. Obviously, the lower the relevance score, the more this will be. So if your relevance score is like 9 or 10, this should be about 0.3, 0.003. But like I say, the lower your relevance score, the more this will be. So like I say, it's very important that you do the targeting laser targeted. So what you're going to do after this is, after the 3 to 5 days after you've let this run, you've checked to see you've got these 2 things, 50 link clicks, cost per engagement at 0.5. Now, once you've done that, that's a good sign. You can move on. If you haven't met those 2 criteria, the 2 top main ones here, then what you need to do is you need to kill the ad and find another product. Then once you've done that and you've got those top 2 categories for metrics, then what you need to do is you need to narrow the audience down by age, gender, and locations. Now, how you do that is you go into your Facebook Business Manager, you click on the ad that you're running, and then it should be like a bar chart on the right hand side. Click view charts, and then it will show you the age, gender, and locations. Now what you're going to want to do is, for example, when you view the age, you're going to want to narrow the ad down to whatever age categories are working the best. So for example, my ad would be running between 21 and 55 when I start, but if for example the ad runs best between 34-year-olds and 24-year-olds, then I'd narrow it down to that age group. Then with gender, for example, if 80% of a gender is dominating the ad, so for example, if 80% of women are majority of the ad, then I'd kill men out of the equation, because men wouldn't be worth the ad spend. Now locations, you've got 5 locations you're starting with. Now realistically, throughout the process, you're going to want to hopefully narrow it down to 1 country, because the 1 country will make you the most money. Or in my case, I've noticed it's either 1 or 2 countries. But because you're new because this is going to be a new ad and you're only in the first stage, once you narrow it down, you're going to probably have to narrow it down to 3 countries. Sometimes you'll see the majority, you'll see like the 2 dominant countries maybe throughout the process when you hit this part. But whatever the dominant countries are, narrow it down. So if it's the 3, which is Australia, New Zealand, and US, and cut UK and cut the UK and Canada out of the equation. Just narrow the locations down to the most dominant locations. That's all you need to do. And like I say, we are looking to narrow it down to either 2 or 1 countries. Don't worry if you can't narrow it down yet because it's too competitive. We have a lot more ads to go through to narrow down the locations, but like I say, we are looking to narrow it down to 1 to 2 countries. Then again, you're going to want to let this ad run again for 3 to 5 days. So now it's been 3 to 5 days. This is the next step, which is review the ad after, again, 3 days, minimum 3 days. You're going to have to review it. So it's again 3 to 5 days. Now these are the must have metrics for the scaling process. And now you're going to start to scale. Now, if you haven't got these metrics, you're going to want to kill your ad and start again. Now there's 2 options for scaling. You've got a lower option and a higher option depending on how well your ad did. So this is the first option, which is the lower option, which is traffic ads. Now that is if you've got page views between 150 and 300. Now how you check your page views is you go to your ads manager, you click the burger symbol, you go onto the menu, and it will say somewhere pixels. You click on the pixels, and then it should say view data. Click view data, and it'll tell you how many page views you've received. Now it needs to be between 150 and 300. Now this is the main metric we're looking for. Now the next metric we're looking for is 5 to 10 add to carts. Now you don't have to have 5 to 10 add to carts, but it is a good sign you do have 5 to 10 add to carts. If you've got 3 add to carts and you've got page views between 150 and 300, that's fine, carry on. You can move on to the scaling method for traffic ads. But if you haven't, kill the ad and start again. The next option is if you meet the criteria of the high option, which is scaling option number 2, which is the add to cart conversion. So after you ran that ad for 3 to 5 days, which was the PPE narrowed down ad, and you've now had 20 to 30 add to carts, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run an add to cart conversion ad. So let's move on to the next process, guys. So like I said, let's say for example you met the scaling option for traffic ad. You had 150 page views and you had 5 add to carts after the 3 to 5 days after narrowing down the PPE. So what you'll do now is you'll go to your ads manager, and what you'll do is you'll create a new ad. You'll keep the PPE campaign running in the background. Never turn off the PPE campaign. Always have it running in the background. So what you'll do is you create a new ad, but you'll choose the traffic ad as the objective. And then what you're going to want to do is you want to save the audience you use for the PPE campaign. So you can just use the same audience again, the same target again, and you're going to make it a $5 budget a day. You're going to want to run it for 5 days, and within 5 days, you're looking for 15 to 30 add to carts. Now, why is 15, 30 to add to carts the numbers? Because Facebook say for conversion, for the best optimizing for conversion, they need at least 15 to 30 conversions on your ad a week for best optimization. So if you haven't had 15 to 30 add to carts when you've ran the traffic ad, then that sign tells me that the ad needs to be killed and you need to start again and choose a new product. Now, like I say, before you do that, like I said, you want to keep the PPE running in the background. But if the PPE you was running in the background was performing amazing, you had loads of engagement from it, you might have had a few sales, because when you run a PPE campaign, like, you can sometimes get a few sales within the process. But let's say, for example, you ran that PPE campaign in the background whilst you're doing the traffic ad, and it performed really, really well when you start. So let's say, for example, when you started the traffic ad, day 1 when you start a traffic ad, the PPE campaign was still performing really well. You're going to want to increase the budget by $5. If it wasn't performing well, just keep it at $5. But if you don't meet this criteria, 15 to 30 add to carts, then just kill it. But now let's say, for example, you ran the narrowed down version of the PPE campaign. 3 to 5 days later, you had 20 to 30 add to carts. Now you're going to want to be running the ATC scaling ad. Now what you're going to want to do is keep the PPE running in the background, the same as the traffic ad. But again, if your PPE was performing really well, increase the budget by $5. If it wasn't performing the best, then in terms of engagement, then just keep it at $5 a day. And then, like I say, you're going to want to use the ATC conversion ad. And then what you're going to look for, again, you just want to use the same audience. You're going to want to use the same demographics. And then you're going to use a $5 a daily budget. And then what you're looking for now is 10 to 20 sales every single week. And then once you've done that, you can scale into the next step. So that's basically it for now. That's all you guys need to know for now. That's more than enough. Now, majority of people won't even hit the ATC part, because on average, it normally takes me around now 2 to 3 products to hit the add to cart method, because like I said, you are going to use a few products where they fail. Like, the chances of you getting to the last stage, which I just showed you, is very unlikely when you start. Like, I'd probably say out of everybody I've taught, there's not been that many people that have done it first time round. There's been a few, and that was just pot luck. But majority of you will have to probably test 3 products till you get to the add to cart part. But if you do get to the add to cart part and you're getting 15 to 20 sales a week, then what I recommend you do is you book a consultation call with me for an hour, so I can teach you how to scale the ads, because I won't be releasing the scaling process to this ad strategy for probably another week, probably another few weeks or a few months, because there's no point me releasing the ad scaling process to this tutorial unless enough people are getting to the add to cart stage. And I think it will take a few months for people to do that, but depending on the demand, if I get enough people doing it, then I will release the scaling process. But if you hit the scaling process and you want to know how to scale this ad process, then drop me a message, book a consultation call with me, and I'll show you how to do it step by step on vertical and horizontal scaling. But that's it for today, guys. If you've took value from this, make sure you smash the like button and you leave a comment in the comment section below.